discovery begins. But at Skinwalker Ranch, curiosity is how horror begins. There are places on this earth where the map ends and something else takes over. For centuries, the Ute tribe whispered a warning: do not go there. That is the path of the Skinwalker. We thought these were just stories until 2024. Deep beneath the Mesa, ground-penetrating radar found a sealed chamber, a void that defied nature. And when they finally broke the seal, they didn't just find history, they found a nightmare that had been waiting for 300 years. According to leaked internal reports, one investigator later confessed, some doors are never meant to be opened. It started with a glitch, or so they thought. In early 2024, Dr. Travis Taylor's team was scanning the cliff face. Suddenly, the data screens lit up red. The lead engineer's hand trembled as he pointed at the monitor. Look at the angles, he whispered. Nature doesn't make straight lines like that. 40 feet underground, the radar showed a perfect geometric void, 30 feet wide, carved with mathematical precision. But the most chilling detail wasn't the void, it was the entrance. At the base of the cliff, thermal imaging revealed a wall of rocks, tightly packed, fitted like a puzzle. Someone hadn't just built this place. Someone had gone to desperate lengths to seal it from the outside, to ensure that whatever was inside stayed inside. Before digging, Brandon Fugel did something unusual. He called the Ute tribal elders. He expected curiosity. He got terror. The elders refused to even step onto the property. They spoke of a sealed place where their ancestors had trapped a dark intelligence. An elder grabbed Fugel's arm, his voice shaking. That stone was not placed to keep people out. It was placed to keep something in. He gave one final warning. If you open the darkness will spread. The team stood in silence. You could hear the wind howling through the canyons. One technician was heard muttering off. The moment the heavy machinery touched the stones, the ranch fought back. Drones dropped from the sky. Radios screamed with static. Strong, healthy men fell to their knees, clutching their heads in agony. But they kept digging. When the final stone was pulled away, a sound rushed out, a deep, exhaling gasp from the earth itself. Dr. Taylor stepped into the darkness. The temperature dropped 15 degrees instantly. He shone his light down the tunnel. It extended 30 feet into a cavernous room. He froze. His breathing became heavy over the radio. "It's not a cave," he whispered. "It's an execution site." The team entered the main chamber. What they saw made them want to run. Scattered on the floor were the skeletons of 15 people. They weren't buried, they were discarded, arranged in a circle, hands bound behind their backs, all facing the center. They had been left to die in the dark. But the true horror was in the center of the room, a stone platform, and in the middle, a hole, a dark, vertical shaft plunging into the abyss. Dr. Taylor dropped a stone into it. There was no sound ever returned. He looked at the Geiger counter in his hand. It was spiking. A burst of radiation was shooting straight up from the hole. He looked at the team, his face pale. "Some knowledge is not meant for humans," he said. "We need to leave now." They sealed the cave within 48 hours, but according to former investigators, it was already too late. The hitchhiker effect had begun. That night, security cameras captured orbs of light engaging in a dogfight over the Mesa at 5,000 miles per hour. But the horror followed them home. Every member of the team reported the same nightmare, a shadow figure standing at the foot of their bed. A leaked medical log revealed that one researcher's wife and children began seeing strange lights in their backyard in Salt Lake City. Their dog would stare at empty corners and growl. The infection had spread. Brandon Fugel stood on the Mesa, looking at the resealed entrance. The Ute elders were right. You can close the door, but you cannot uninvite the guest. Skinwalker Ranch remains the most active paranormal hotspot on Earth. But ask yourself, are we studying it, or is it studying us? Curiosity and discovery begins, but sometimes curiosity